We are finally back with some more Legacy franchise. We have simmed to week 9 where we left off. We have the scouting update right there. I'm not going to click on it because I don't want to show anyone that watches, that plays in the league and watches my videos, my players that I'm scouting and all that. But the scouting update's finally here. We've simmed, we've edited every single player to match their rating, and we are finally back. So it's great to be back. Short little break. Going to be a little longer for me than everyone else as I have a bye week this week, which is a little unfortunate. But we're sitting at 8-0, entering our week 9 bye. Cardinals 6-2, Rams 5-3, and the 49ers at 1-6. Because we had to restart the league and re-edit on all that good stuff, all the injuries were reset, thankfully. So we had, who did we lose? Ethan Posick, I think, is the injury that just happened in week 8 in the old league before we, recreated everything. So everyone's fully healthy again. Usually in bye weeks I like to go over stats, but because we simmed every single game, the stats are completely different than what they actually are. So we're manually recording all the stats. So we, add up everything from week 8 in the old league, and we're going to add up everything from week 9 to the end of the season, combine it all, and then we'll hand out end of season awards that way. Year 2, when we get to that, we'll be able to actually look at the stats, and I can show you guys the stats. But for now, the in-game stats aren't going to reflect the actual stats, if that makes sense. So this is going to be a very, very short bye week video compared to, the normal. Usually we can go through all kinds of stats and all that good stuff. But first thing, let's view our message. What's Dwayne Brown thinking? Any plans for the bye week? We got to rest, man. We're 8-0. We're 8-0, man. Come on. Rest up. +2 injury for the entire team and a morale boost for the team. I think I might have spec'd my staff points slightly different because at week 8 we already had, all 3 of these maxed out. I'm only at 2 right now. So I don't think I maxed this whole tree out basically, besides this one. But I don't think I maxed it all out. I guess I didn't max this one out. But I think I spent more in these tiers than down here. So we almost have, all 6 players to focus train. Probably after this week, depending on how much points we get the next week, we might have enough, to get that third one, which is good to see. It's good to see that. I guess I could show you before. There's really not much to show you. This is the big one, though, that I need your guys' opinions on. I have made 1 re-sign so far. I'll go ahead. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to here. 1 re-sign I did make. The roster I have, by the way, I'm pretty sure is 100% accurate. There might be 2 bench warmers that are on my team now that they weren't on my team before. So it's slightly different. I'm sorry. I tried to match it. The roster was a little off, so I had to cut a couple guys and re-sign a couple guys. Re-signed, I guess it's not popping up for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I definitely re-signed him. At least I thought I re-signed him. Did I not? Let me go take a look. Yeah, he's re-signed. So I guess I don't. Why is it not popping up? Seriously? What are we saying, man? You scroll. I signed the man week fucking. Oh, it's gonna be impossible because everyone was editing their players. Yeah, no, maybe. I guess it only shows week 8 re-signed since we simmed. Huh. Well, anyways, I did re-sign Sidney Jones. I guess I have to manually go in and look at his contract. It wasn't that much. I guess I should have wrote it down. I thought, honestly, it would be just popped up still. But clearly that's not the case. So let's go look at Sidney Jones with his contract. He got 3 more years, 3.8 bonus with a salary of... I don't fucking know, but the total, his salary was around the same as his bonus, I believe. But 10.2 mil total for Sidney for 3 years. I think he earned it. Trey Flowers, I think I'm going to let go, to be honest. I really do think I am. But I think how Sidney's played, he's got quite a bit of picks for us this season. He's been our number 1 corner all season long, and he's still pretty young, 25, 79 overall. I think he's worth the 3 years. Give him 3 more years and see if he develops into something. If not, we can let him go, or maybe he gets surpassed by someone else. But I definitely think it's at least worth it to re-sign him and see where we can go from there. There's a lot of guys I'm still really not sure on for my contract negotiations. So this is where you guys are going to come in big time. First one being Dwayne Brown. I'm definitely on the side of waiting until the offseason to see if he retires or if his regression is super bad. If his regression for some reason isn't that bad, I'm open to signing him for, one more year and just rocking with him for a bit. So I think we wait on that. Quandre Diggs is such a sad one because I love Quandre. And I don't want to give him a 3-year deal, man. If he was asking for 1 year or probably even 2 years, I think I would re-sign him because I really do like Quandre. But I don't want to commit to him for 3 years. He'll be into his 30s. I just don't think that's a healthy investment when we have a young guy behind him in Marquise Blair that could take over the role. I think it'd do a pretty good job, if not be better, because he's a lot younger. He can grow, and he's quick. He can hit like an absolute maniac. So I think it's possible that I'm going to let Quandre go, which is, like I said, it's sad. It really is. Maybe if in the offseason, if he's asking for a 1 year, 2 year deal, I might try to sign him, but I don't think I want to commit 3 years. So we're going to have a lot of turnaround, I believe, with our squad. Gerald Everett and Will Dissly, both of them. They both want pretty much the exact same contract. And same thing, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm more open to signing Will Dissly. I mean, I like him. He's a really good run blocker. Maybe we can draft kind of in the later rounds a more of a receiving guy, or maybe try to pick up a receiving tight end. I mean, it's early in the season. You guys got to remember, we can't just sign every single person because we got like 5, 6. I mean, I don't think we'll get to a 7th season, but who knows? If we start cruising through these games, we got plenty of season and plenty of stuff going on. And that's committing to Gerald Everett until he's 31, 4 years. I mean, yeah, you can't trade players until they're halfway through their deal. So say I re-signed Gerald Everett for 4 years. I wouldn't be able to trade him until he's 29. And say if I do try to trade him, who's going to want to trade for a 29-year-old tight end? I mean, I don't think many people are going to want to do that. They might have already drafted someone they're trying to develop. They might already have a young tight end they're trying to develop. Gerald's in the same boat as Quandre. I like him. I just don't know if it's healthy to invest in that big of a contract for him. I don't think it's worth it. Will Dissly, I do, just because he's a great run blocker, a really good blocker, and he's still young. He's 25, so I think he is more worth it. As a second tight end, we'll still have to fill the receiving role. I don't think Will Dissly can do that. But I think for the most part, Dwayne Brown, Quandre, and Gerald Everett are probably all going to be gone next season. I want to see what you guys' thoughts are before I re-sign him. I'm leaning towards re-signing him, getting that thing done. Trey Flowers, like I said, I'm letting him go. Not that he's been necessarily like insanely trash, but we need someone else, man. Especially with how this guy's played in real life for us, we need someone else. So he's gone. This is his season, and he is gone. Next season, we have to figure out who our other outside corner is. Mr. Donald Payne. These two guys, I don't even think were on our roster in the old league, but somehow now they are. Not sure about them. Rashad Penny, we've already talked about it. He's going. Not a fan of Rashad Penny. I need a better receiving back. He's done okay, for us, but in this league, not real life. So, probably gonna let him go. DJ Reed, I think I might actually re-sign him. He's still pretty young, just like Sidney. He's 24, and he's played pretty good in the slot for us. So he's another one I actually am very open to re-signing and keeping around and having him stay in the slot. So Sidney will be our outside guy, DJ in the slot, and then we'll have to figure out next season who that other outside guy will be. Al Wood's another guy I'm open to keeping, but just have to see how that regression hits at the end of the season. He's 34, so it could be pretty bad. He might retire. Mr. Austin here, he's cheap, might keep him around just as a backup. Ethan Posick, another guy who I think I'm going to let walk, but I could keep him as, depth. You never know. The defensive ends, though, there's quite a bit of them down here. Rasheem Green, he's cheap enough, only asking for a year. He's still young, where I think I'll just do it just to keep him around. There's no $2 million. That's really not much. Brandon Shell, he's only asking for a year. I probably will keep him just so we have a starting right tackle for next season. Because if I lose Dwayne Brown and Ethan Posick, I can't lose Brandon Shell too and have to replace 3 linemen. That's kind of tough. So Brandon will probably stay, and we'll probably try to replace center and left tackle. That way, the right tackle we could try to replace the following year. Ryan Neal's definitely staying. I like Ryan Neal as a backup. He's staying. John Ursua, probably going to let go. Not much of a fan. And he's old, man. That man's 27. You would not think. He's been in the league for, what, like 2 or 3 years? It feels like he hasn't been in the NFL that long, and he's pretty old. So probably going to let him go. Brian Monet, that's how you pronounce his last name, is actually doing pretty solid in real life. So maybe if he keeps it up, I can use an upgrade on him. We'll have to see. Gino, probably letting him go. He's old. He's just kind of a filler for this season. And then we got some backup players down here, which I'll probably keep, maybe Gino and Cal Fuller or whatever. I don't know. Just as backups, keep them around. But let me know, especially these big guys down here, what you guys think. I really think Will Dissly and DJ Reed are the must-signs so far. Like I said, I already re-signed Sydney, so I think those are the two I think I got to wrap up here sooner rather than later, just to get it done. But I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were on all those guys first. I guess the last thing we can look at, since stats are all jank, is we'll just show you guys this the remaining schedule we got here and the standings. So far, we're getting all these dubs. After the bye, we take on the Packers, and then we take on the Cardinals for our first Cardinals game of the season. That's going to be a big one. Then we got the football team, the 49ers, the Texans. Big game at the Rams, Bears, Lions, and we finish it out with the Cardinals in Week 18. So that is our remaining schedule. Let's go look at the standings before we wrap up this video. And it's tough, man. I wish people would start losing some games, but I mean, it doesn't seem like they want to lose games at all. And why am I like? There it is, view standings. If it's in a different spot. There's only 2 undefeated teams. It is currently us and the Panthers, who are also 8-0. Browns sitting at 7-1. But we'll look at the NFC team. Panthers 8-0. See us 8-0. The Packers are sitting at 6-2. So that's going to be a difficult game coming out of the bye. And then I believe following that Packers game, we play the Cardinals, if I remember correctly. So 2 6-2 teams straight out of the bye, which is going to be difficult. We got the Rams down the stretch, and then we got solid teams in the Bears and the Lions down there that we're playing, and the football team that we're playing too. So it's not an easy schedule at all down the stretch. The Panthers do have the tiebreaker on us though, which is a little unfortunate. So hopefully the Panthers can drop a game here or there if we keep on winning. Moving over to the AFC side, I don't think there was 3 one-loss teams. Browns 7-1, Ravens 6-1, Bills 6-1. Look at some division leaders here. AFC North, tough division. I mean, Bengals 5-3, Steelers, it's a rough start, 1-6, but these 3 are battling it out right now for that division. AFC South is, pretty much anyone's at this point still. Colts 3-5, Titans 3-5, Jags 2-5, Texans 0-8. The Bills are leading the AFC East at 6-1. Dolphins 5-3. Patriots 4-4. Jets 2-5. AFC West, Chiefs 5-3. Chargers 3-4. Broncos 3-5, and the Raiders at 1-6. NFC North, Packers 6-2. Bears 4-4. Lions 3-5, and the Vikings 0-7. The Panthers lead the NFC South at 8-0. Falcons 3-4. Bucks 3-5, and Saints 1-6. Interesting to see my man Mayer 3-5. Would not have expected that. He'll probably bounce back this season. There's no way that man is going to be that bad. There's no way. Giants 5-3 leading the NFC East. Eagles 5-3. Cowboys 4-3. Football team 4-4. Easily, just look at the competition. This division is always so tough. I remember when I was the Giants 2 Maddens ago, the division was stacked, and it's stacked again, man. It's always an absolute battle in that division. Our division, we're in 8-0, top of the division there. Cardinals 6-2, Rams 5-3, 49ers 1-6, and that is that for your standings. Quick, just I'll showcase my squad in case it's been a while. You guys forgot, what happened or whatever. That's not where I wanted to go. It's back out of there. Eskridge did get to X Factor. We got all of his abilities exactly the same, so great to see that. He should be getting another ability, I think. When he hits an 80 overall, I'm pretty sure he gets his second one. Doesn't say. But I got Route Apprentice and Rack 'em Up, so really excited to see, Eskridge with an X Factor next game. Offense is there's gonna be some changes next season. There's gonna be definitely some changes. Probably a couple new linemen, maybe a new tight end, a new, hopefully a new receiving back. Defense, probably going to be some changes too. Still really don't know what to do with this defensive line. No one's really showed out. Like, I mean, no one on this defense. It's like kind of a collective effort. Like, sometimes Darryl Taylor makes a play. Sometimes Benson Mayowa makes a play. LJ makes a play. Alton makes a play. Carlos, I mean, really the only stable guy is like Puna, and the rest I'm still rotating around trying to figure out what I want to do. There's still a chance next season Darryl Taylor moves to just a defensive end spot and just we get a different outside linebacker. There's always a chance for that. Sidney Jones, still our number one guy. Give me new corners. So the new safety too. Our defense could look much different coming around next season. We'll have to just see how it all plays out. And that is that for this video, the bye week video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Please comment about all these contract negotiations. It's year one, so these are very important. Got to figure out what we want to do. I want some money so we can try to do some stuff in the off season. And I'll see you guys in the next one.